computer. There we are. Hello, and welcome to Springfield Community Center. We're going to talk today about a little bit of the history of Springfield Community Log Cabin School. And I want to share my screen with you, so give me a minute. That's still new to me. Here we are. I want to share the PowerPoint. Now, there we are. Now I want to take the PowerPoint to slideshow from the beginning. All right, there we are. So Springfield Community Center, the picture you're looking at is actually was found at the Georgia Archive. It is the Springfield Community Log Cabin. It was a Negro school. I'm thinking this was probably taken in maybe 1938. It was after the school opened. It opened in 1937. The planning and building of the school was started in 1935. So I'm thinking that in this picture is probably Euless Portwood. Dr. Portwood was the superintendent of school in Georgia. And this lady is probably Mildred Turner. Mildred Turner was a Gene supervisor. And this is probably one of the teacher or staff members at the Springfield Log Cabin School. Right now, the Springfield Log Cabin was a Negro school from 1937 to 1955 in Taliaferro County, Georgia. Pictured on the left, like I told you, is probably Dr. E.T. Portwood. Now, this is the log cabin that when it first opened, and at the bottom is the log cabin the way it looks today. And as you see, it's in need of a lot to restore it. Now, to the right, over here, that back there is a cemetery, and there's a church to the right. The original school was on the church ground. It was a 2-story building. Top floor was used for meetings, Masonic log meetings, different organizational meetings, and the bottom floor was used as a school. It's a 2-classroom school. It was separated by a partition. And as they say, it was busting at the seam, and they decided that they needed a larger building. One of the people, Mildred A. Turner, who was born in 1896, died in 1994. She's a Spelman College graduate and resident of Springfield Community. She was a Gene supervisor in Taliaferro County from 1934 to 1936 until she transferred to Liberty County Dorchester Academy. And from there, she went to Hinesville, Georgia. She was supervising teacher from 1945 to 1955 and Gene's curriculum director from 1967 to 1972. Musia Kendricks replaced her in Taliaferro County in 1939 to 1940. The Georgia Archive do not list any person from 1940 to 1955. And yes, it is pronounced Taliaferro County. There were 20 schools and 20 Negro schools is how they are listed from 1937 to 1955 in Taliaferro County. They are Merton Junior High, Sharon, Springfield, Winburn, Friendship, Leatherhill, Oak Grove, which was a Rosenwald school, Antioch, Black Log, Clark Grove, Edgewood, Evans Grove, Live Oak, Midway, Mount Olive, New Battery, New Hope, Piney Grove, Roanoke, and Spring Hill. This report comes from the Georgia Archives. All of the superintendent reports are held there for the state of Georgia. And if you look at this, you will see that Merton Junior High had 7 classrooms, and Springfield had 4 classrooms, and we had an auditorium. And there's different fees for the school, but those reports are really wonderful to look at and get an idea of what the building costs, how many classrooms, how many teachers. They also have a list of who the teachers were. I'm not going to get into that today because basically we're going to just focus on the building and what was going on there. So moving right along, the Springfield School Board of Trustees were Casper Evans, Stellustus Turner, Spence Turner, George Atkinson, Joseph Turner, Clark Turner, and Miles Hackney. These gentlemen were able to get loans for the school to complete its building. They did cut down the log timbers from their property, the people in the community, to actually build the log cabin school. If you look very closely, you see those are just whole logs laid into that building. They also had fundraisers. They did completed activities in order to raise money for the school to build it for that, so that the students would have a wonderful place to go. Like I said earlier, it was built on the four-teacher community Rosenwald structure. Now, in 1955, the Negro schools closed except for the one in town, and the bus took all the children to that school, which is Merton School here. The person who, the founder of Merton is a Reverend Derry Merton, pictured below. Derry Merton was the first pastor of Springfield Baptist Church. It formed in 1865. He was there for over 30 years. He also was the president of the Baptist Convention. Now, for more information on the Baptist Educational Institution in Georgia and Derry Merton, see this website, which is held at Mercer University, and they give you information on all of the school systems that they funded during that time, who the principals were, and how long they were there. Meanwhile, back at Springfield, the building is being used for meetings, Boys and Girls Scout, the Sonic Lodge, until the late 60s, when, of course, there was trying to register Blacks to vote. We were trying to, and I'm saying we, but I was not there. They were trying to integrate the school system. So the building became part of the SCOPE headquarters. SCOPE was part of STLC and the SNCC program. For more information on that, you can go to the Civil Rights Movement Veterans website, which is run by Bruce Hartford. He does an excellent job. Wonderful stories are there. You can find and listen to some of them. He would tell you about the busing movement in Taliaferro County, the sit-ins and things of that sort, which was done by Calvin Turner and Frank Bates and other citizens in Taliaferro. In this picture here is Calvin Turner and his grandfather, Joseph Turner, who you saw earlier as one of the trustees. And I'm sure he passed down information to Calvin about what he would like to see happen with the school. In this picture is Calvin Turner and Robert Billingsley. We call this gentleman Bo Jim. Bo Jim Billingsley and Calvin are probably discussing what direction to take Springfield community in. They did have SCOPE headquarters, which SCOPE stands for Summer Conference on Community Organization and Political Education. Calvin Turner was also a teacher at the school system. He would eventually actually get fired, which is going to be the reason why the kids are going to leave and walk out and protest, because he, his wife, and some of the other teachers were fired when they learned that they were registering Blacks to vote. Calvin will work with, Calvin and Bo Jim both will work with Mr. Randolph T. Blackwell, Mr. Billingsley, Mr. Turner, and Mr. Blackwell will work together on making the schools, Springfield, a sewing plant and a silk screening plant. So for more information on Mr. Randolph T. Blackwell, you can go to the King Institute, which is the stanford.edu website at the bottom here, and you can learn more about him and the Southern Rural Project. So this building didn't look like this when they had it going as a sewing plant, of course. This is how it looks today. But it was a silk screening plant and a sewing plant till about 67, 68, 1967, 1968. And then it became a head start for those people who's working at the plant, because the larger building wasn't far from this one. They also use part of the school, part of the church as the Head Start program. So it was still in operation. It continued to be used for dances and proms and things of that sort up until the 80s, I want to say. So to learn more about the Springfield School, you can go to our Facebook page where we have information about it and the pictures of the people who are in the community and some of their endeavors. Some of them went on to go to Tuskegee. Some of them, one of them actually was a Tuskegee Airman, Mr. Atkinson, and then some of them went on to become involved in Boy Scouts and Boys Clubs and different things. So that information will be on this website. If you want to support the Springfield community in trying to save and restore the building, we have a Givelify account, and we also are on smile.amazon.com. Okay, and my computer is trying to do what? That is not what I wanted to do. So it's always something with me and this computer, isn't it? What is it doing? Let me see, can I get, oh, I see, it went to the website. It went to the Facebook site. I didn't want it to do that. So let me see, can I get back to the slideshow? So we go to here. Let's see, can I get it to work again? And I want to go from the current slide to the one at the end, which is this one. This is where I want to go. Okay, well, it's not going to show it larger, so we're going to leave it alone before I mess up something else. So these are the board members and trustee members today. This is us with the Georgia Trust. We just won the 2019 Places in Perils Award. And so they're working with us to help us find grant funding and contractors to restore the building. This also gives you a closer look at the building. You will see that there is a wall behind the logs. And where is my cursor? So there's a wall behind the logs, and you can see that you can see clearly too how the logs are just trees that was cut and placed there. So we have our mission statement says we want to change the public perception of Taliaferro County. Currently, Taliaferro hails itself as the home of Vice President of the Confederacy, Alexander H. Stephens. The historic site of A.H. Stephens includes Stephens' home, Liberty Hall, a Confederate museum. The town center area is listed on the National Register of Historic Places, as is the courthouse building and homes. Most visitors think Taliaferro County history is limited to the Civil War and the years before the boll weevil destroyed local cotton farming. Opening the Springfield Log School house as a historic site could expand the understanding of local culture and history. We anticipate developing income-productive activities. For example, staff could manage a youth empowerment program, a summer camp, or a training center. We want to work hand in hand with the local government and the education. The building can be used as community center with office space for local nonprofit organizations and a sports recreational space. It can also be used as a rental space for family reunions, weddings, and parties. Kayla Morris of the Atlanta University put together a perspective for us. And one of the things she pointed out is that the theme, this theme of workshops would tie into the Georgia Educational Standards of Social Studies of grades 8, discussing the history of Reconstruction, Jim Crow, and Brown versus Board of Education. So please, we want to encourage you to support us, to leave your comments and advice. We want to hear what you have to say. We want to know what you think. We are a small group. as you can see, but we have big dreams, and we do plan to work with the community. One of the things that the community is doing right now, not our community per se, but downtown Crawfordville, Taliaferro County, they are building the Harrison chicken poultry, which they plan on having live chicks, and it's gonna make grains and feed. And so that should bring some income, because if you know anything about Taliaferro County, it is one of the poorest counties in the state of Georgia. And we're also a Black population, majority Black population. So we are a county who we have need for growth. And so hopefully that Harrison Poultry will give us an income, will help us to progress and grow. And we want to be a part of that. And we want you to be a part of that also. So thank you for listening. I need to stop sharing this as soon as I can figure out where my cursor went to, because I still haven't found it. Okay, it's over there. And I need it to be over here, because I need to stop sharing my screen. There we are. And thank y'all very much. Have a wonderful day.